Okay, I think it's recording now. Guess what? I have stocks to trade back. I couldn't resist. I got it before January. I'm so thankful. It's a birthday slash Christmas present from my parents. Um, I'm just so excited. I love having stocks to trade back. This is day 2, and I have been on a roll. OTCs, I'm back. Oh, also, Karmagawa, make sure to click the link that I leave down below. Um, get a t-shirt or get some merchandise from my teacher's charity. He helps save the world. um, but yeah, I have stocks to trade back and I am ecstatic. I haven't traded OTCs in forever, especially not having stocks to trade. I couldn't even find any OTCs really. The free screeners are crap, and so I highly recommend everyone get stocks to trade. I've been on a roll. Now, I have to admit, I haven't placed a single trade in November. So, excuse me, I stole my kids' mini M's. I haven't placed a single trade in November so far, but I'm mostly tracking. I promised my mom I'd track some more data on OTCs first before I placed a trade. And in a future video, when I have more statistics tracked, I would be very happy to share them. But for right now, um, I'll show you my watch list from the other day. Because for being rusty, can't complain too much. So I got stocks to trade back. I'm not exactly, I pretty much don't care about listed stocks right now. I'm focusing on Jack's plays, which he calls the OTC or OT swizzle or OTC swizzle, one of the two. I'm also focusing on breakouts. Now this could be in not so much intraday, but daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. And I have a bunch of stocks that go on my watch list now. Doesn't mean I'm going to trade them. A lot of them I'm there to see how they're going to react or perform the next day, and I want to track the data. Now, the reason why I'm pulling up this watch list, which was my first watch list 2 nights ago, I put TXMN on here, and I'm like, it's super duper speculative. There was a high odds probability that nothing was going to happen, but I will go into why I believe that it could potentially spike. I said it has 2 days of iffy volume, looks to be going slightly higher, but history has proved that it leads to nowhere. This stock is a former runner. Former runner is a big deal. But I just want to watch to see if I can spot the stock as it begins to run, or begins a run. I am so out of practice, but it's nice getting back into the swing of things. So, TXMN turned out to be the top percent gainer on my watch list. Oh, here. I always forget this. View. Float on top. I always think it's easier for me to pay attention to videos when I see the trader actually talking. For some reason it helps me, so hopefully it helps you. If not, oh well. So TXMN is right here on my OTC watch list. I have a listed watch list too at the bottom, but as you can see, there's nothing that I care about watching. My kid's playing outside with Grandma. Actually, I think they're doing laundry. But it ended up spiking 200%. Now, yes, my watch list was from 2 days ago, and I didn't put it in my yesterday's watch list because, frankly, I put it in that one, and it was hugely speculative, and there was high probabilities that nothing was going to happen, and I'm not going to put it on my watch list every day. So I just put it on my personal watch list, and I was just keeping an eye on it. So how did it show up on my watch list? So first, alright, let me get back to this. Screener. My OTC screener from back before I had Stocks to Trade. Stocks to Trade saved my screener. So even though I took screenshots and put it in blog posts so that way I'd have my screener for the future, I didn't know exactly if Stocks to Trade would save it for me, but they did. All my stocks were still there from what I was watching forever ago. Some of them just ran like crazy. Some of them were great during June and July where they went supernovas, and I missed all of them. But anyways, it was right on here in my top percent gainers. It was actually lower on the list. But, or I can't say they're top percent gainers, but 10, let me get started. So volume, I want it to be equal to or greater than 100,000. This way it's kind of liquid. You can get in and out of a stock easier. It's just better. It is equal to or greater than 10%. And then over here I have equal to or greater than 100 trades. So what the 100 trades means is that they've made a minimum of 100 trades, because without this criteria, I'd get so thousands of stocks, hundreds of stocks, so many stocks that I had no idea how I was going to get through them. I would see, so back in the day, Tim would always talk about top percent gainers. So I used his pre-built scans to find these, and then he would get to him so quickly that I didn't know how. So I decided to form my criteria based on what I noticed over months of Tim trading OTCs. I first did a screener with his volume where it's like 100 or 200,000. I've been playing around with this for quite a while to get my screener to the way it is right now. It seems silly, it seems simple, but it makes a world of difference. And so a lot of the trades that I noticed, Tim would be looking at the highest traded stocks, because there's percent change, percent gainers. There's stocks that go up thousands of percents in a day, but they're not trading any volume. They're hardly traded on this side. And so the big thing that I noticed is, yeah, there's a good percent change, but he mostly clicked on highly traded stocks. Now, I don't know if he even realizes that. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I'm assuming he does because he had it fit into this screener, and it's his scans that he's created over the years. But that's just something that I notice. Now, he doesn't have this screener. This is something that I've built by myself. Not to say no one else uses something very similar, if not the same. But I just noticed this was on my big percent gainers thing, and then I had it over there, but just going through while my kid was napping, I was going through my watch list, going through all these gainers again, trying to set up so I could trade. Now, I didn't have my laptop set up, my other one, with my trading platform, and my kid was laying on my arm, my chest, so I decided not to disturb him, and I'd rather watch a stock and miss out than try and hurry and have FOMO. There was no FOMO because I willingly accepted that I wasn't going to trade. But now TXMN, now that I get to this, that's how I found the stock on this day. That's when I made my watch list. I saw the volume right here. Now the reason why I said it has proven to fail in the past was because I saw this had volume, this had, or not very good volume, it didn't close high, near its highs, my bad, and it just went back down. But what I saw differently was it did have green volume, and they were still green and slowly ramping up. Now, Tim Sykes, I'll leave a link below for a 7-step framework, but this is the beginning, to me, what looked like the beginning of his 7-step framework. And you can, back in the pump and dump days even, uh, yeah. And so I figured there's a chance that it could go, bigger chance that it wouldn't. But also, looking back a year, um, looking back 3 years, even 3 years, maybe I clicked on 5 years. Okay, 5 years ago, it's a former runner. It's gone all the way up to 0.54. And so former runners, as Tim says, can run again. And looking back here, it had barely any volume, and it made these huge spikes. So I'm like, okay, well, if it had just a little bit more volume than it has over here, maybe it could run with maybe the right catalyst, but there's no news. But this is just what I noticed, I mean, because these days they didn't have much volume, but they still ran. And it went 200%. I think I saw it hit today. And out of all these, I would have probably just traded this one because this is the pattern that I'm working on. I'm still tracking a bit more, but it has the first ramp, then it has this consolidation, but it has this ramp, pulls back, spikes up a little bit, puts in a higher low, just barely though. Let me zoom in. And what I've been wanting is a third down to retest this lows to confirm my buying. But I'm noticing and keeping a mental note that it goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down slightly higher than this one. And I'm going to start trying to buy on this one. And then it should go sideways a little bit. But Jack usually buys into this spike. I'm better at seeing it when this happens, because say I bought right here on this consolidation, if it comes down, yeah, I'd still risk here, but I don't like that kind of risk reward. To me, I'd rather buy right here or into right here, and if it fails, I can either still have kind of a profit or a break even, versus if I buy out here and it stuffs or fails, I'm at a loss. So I feel like I have a better edge that way. Doesn't mean it's true. Jack's been trading these way longer than I ever have, even before paper trading. So he'd be definitely one to probably listen to other than me. But none of us are financial advisors. None of us want you to listen to any of us. This is just entertainment purposes. This is so I can track my progress. And these are just my thoughts of what I'm doing. Do not follow me. Do not try and copy me. You're not me. So it's just good to learn from every different trader and see what works best for yourself. And so I'm going to see if that works better for me. Yeah, so then it ramped up. Plus, when it gives a pullback, it can hold right here. I'm risking right down here, so I'm still up even if I decide to sell or even sell right here. Because when I buy right here, I'm gonna, if it breaks out, my new risk level is gonna be about right here, the breakout point. Now, because if this came back and touched right there, I would rather just get out for a profit, a safe profit, even though it does go higher. But that way I'm protected in case this spikes and then fails. I'll sell right here. Or if it holds this level, I could try it for another ramp, and then probably I'm going to try and work on holding longer to sell into the second ramp. Because say I got filled into this spike, 0.055 to 0.064. Where is it? Oh, I haven't put it on here yet, so why not? Percent calculator. Okay. once this loads, okay, increase. So, where I say 0.055, was that what I said? Yeah, 0.005. Oh, I guess that's the VWAP right there. No. Second one, about there. Okay, no, I was looking at the wrong one. So 0.0043. 0043 to my ideal entry, which would be down here, so even right there, so maybe I would end up getting out. Yeah, I probably wouldn't, well, I don't know, it's hard to say. So let's go in the middle and say 0.005. 0.0058. So it's a 34% increase. This isn't the exact calculator that I wanted. The calculator's on my other laptop. But, okay, so that's not bad at all. And what am I risking? I'm in, okay, so I want the bottom that my risk level would be is 0.0041. 41. So what am I risking? 4%. But 4% to make 30%, not bad. Plus, if it went all the way up to 0.0775. Out of 89% possible, I'd get that little percent, risking only that tiny amount. That's good risk reward in my opinion. So, I told you I'm really bad at math. That thing saves my life. Even if the percentage, I'm pretty sure the percentages are accurate, but there's great risk reward for me, and I would take a trade like that any day. But I'd rather take a single, which I guess that's not, it's more like a triple, but these predictable pops, excuse me, yeah, I'll take it. So one stock that I missed out on this morning, ZVTK. This one was pretty good. This is how I learned that I need to possibly buy in that second dip, because see, TMXN, let me zoom in a little bit, up, down, sideways, up, down, well, up, sideways, up. So this one is where I thought it was spiking up, has this low right here, spikes up, higher low, which would be my risk, 0.0261. I was typing in the risk reward because I was going to get in at, let's see, 261, I was going to get in at 262, I think it was. 261, right in there. 268, sorry. That's where I was prepared to get in. I wanted this to come back down, test 261, and I was going to try and get my entry. And then I realized that it just went down to right here, 275, and I don't like that risk reward. Plus, it's higher than right here, and it took off. And so that really got me excited, and I wasn't upset that I missed it because this is just my bread and butter that I'm going with. And if I can learn to get in here, say it goes up here, it tries and then it stuffs down, well, I know that if it hits this or goes below just slightly, I'm going to sell. And if it spikes up and then comes back down, well, that's a trend change. Otherwise, it'll go into this channel and then go sideways and then should spike up, but should it go down, then I sell. So I'm actually able to calculate my risk to reward on these OTC stocks in a timely manner, and these I have amazing upside as long as I stick with this pattern. And I'm tracking this, and it is just beautiful. Um, Also, see, why do I have these purple lines here? So the reason why I have these purple lines, because it was on a previous watch list. I wanted, it had a first green day. First green days haven't always been holding up the second day, and so I wanted to see what it would do. Oh, this is where I had it on one. So it's hard to see now, but there's resistance right here, there's resistance right here. Or you can look at it as support, because former resistance becomes support. So this held this level and that level, and then it could potentially spike to right here, which is a resistance level, or right here is the resistance. These are all different resistance levels based on history. Now this does have a history of spikes, so this stock can go again. Maybe this, ideally I would like this to consolidate around the halfway level for a couple days and then break out and continue going. I would like to buy the breakout, but I'm just watching. And this is a runner that's been going and it's been holding right here. Maybe it breaks out. I don't know what to do when they're up this high. So a lot of these are on my watch list just to see what they're doing. Now this one was beautiful. I was going through my screener, and I said my kid was laying on my shoulder. I didn't want to disturb him, but if I had my laptop out where I had E-Trade up, my broker up, and I was ready to trade, I probably would have slid them off so I can make a trade. But since I wasn't set up, which is my fault for not being prepared for this opportunity, and shame on me for not being prepared, I at least got to watch and learn. By the time I saw this stock, see it goes up, came down, right, it kind of consolidated. Like, this wasn't totally ideal, but I saw it come up, come down. But it was this, more so this sideways price action that it was holding, um, even with light volume, that kept my interest. And so I was looking at this stock, and I was thinking right in here, around, I was gonna risk this level at 0.0127. I was thinking of buying right here at 0.03132. That way I have little risk, because had it cracked down even like this, it'd be a trend change, and I wasn't gonna even risk it. I'd just rather take the loss, and then if it broke back up, so be it, because it changed, or it broke this sideways consolidation. But instead, it just started spiking up. Now, more than likely, I would have sold no later than 1.6. That's what I was thinking. Take the me in the move. It came down a little bit, so even selling at 1.48, 1.56. But ideally, I think I would probably sell into the 1.6 area. But it went all the way to 1.95. Now, if we do that calculation, like I said, I'm risking 127. Was that 0.0127? So 0.0127, say I get in, what is it, 0.0131, I'll even go 132. So 4% risk, and it went to 0.095 out of 53%, and I would have sold at 0.6. So risking 4% to make almost 26%, I'll risk it. And mind you, the position size that I'm thinking of taking is all about $500 position sizes. So it's not big, but it's enough to cover the cost of commissions, which is like $6.95 in, $6.95 out. And if it runs, it'll make back the commissions in a small profit. So I think that's good risk reward. This is all my planning. I'm going to put this in my spreadsheets that I'm keeping track of. And a lot of these, I'm watching Jack's videos to see what are ideal setups, what aren't ideal setups. And so a lot of these I'm just tracking. I'm not going to trade any of these, but at least I can get a good idea. Like, see all these wicks, they've gone up, they've failed. They've gone up, they've failed. So I'm not even going to hold that one. DGTW, I'm watching this because it was kind of like TMXN, where it's been holding sideways and then it has something different. Not going to trade these because not ideal for me, but this is ideal. This one, like I said, I'm just watching. This one I'm like I would like this to hold a couple days consolidation or a day consolidation, then break out. But right now, to me, it's a history of failed spikes, so it could continue to run. Otherwise, there's a breakout and then buy to the next resistance if there's enough volume. But this one I'm just watching this and I want it to break out or consolidate. This one I'm gonna upload the YouTube video because I got distracted. So right here, I want to go over this one. So it spiked up. This wasn't the right kind of price action for me, so I wasn't interested. Plus, it's a higher OTC stock, and I'm not looking for those. 6 months. This has been a runner. You could have bought the breakout, but like I said, it's a higher stock. I'm not in it for these higher priced ones right now. It doesn't have a history that I can access. So here it is. And so the number 1, maybe this is the 2. I consider this the 3 when it starts ramping up. I think, did I have this on my watch list? I have it on yesterday's watch list. Or last night's watch list? No. Oh, I did. Okay, so this was on last night's watch list. VRYYF stock is following the framework, looks to be starting a number 3 ramp, but just watching. If spikes enough for a morning panic, I'll just watch. I'm out of practice with OTCs, so I'm refamiliarizing myself. So I was spot on, so 1, 2, 3, at least that's how I understand it. And this is a 3 as it goes up here. And like it didn't morning panic, it afternoon panicked. And this was really cool because I would have never found this, first of all, if it weren't for having stocks to trade. And I was just moseying around looking at this. I saw this is another amazing feature about stocks trade. These tabs come up and it tells you like number 1, 2, whatever. So that way you can see the news. Where's the news? It gets immediately downloaded right here because you have all this stuff plus a lot more kind of statistics. It's just absolutely amazing. Get stocks to trade it. If you don't have it, you're losing out on lots of money. So very good fuel company issues statement reg. So I was like, what? Oh, press release. And announces distribution partnership. That was earlier last month. So this is the newest news. So I clicked on it. Like, okay, what news did they just release? Is it positive news? Is it negative news? Will it make the stock continue its spike up? Or is it going to be crappy news and make it spike down? So I was reading here regarding promotional activity. I was like, oh snap, it's promoted and they got caught. And that's not a good thing for a stock to be linked to promotions. Like, well, okay, it depends on what side you're on. So if you want the stock to go up, it's not a good side. Good sign. If you're wanting short stock and it to go down, it's a good sign. So they've been caught in a pump and dump, essentially. And so the initial IPO has been featured across a wide variety of media platforms, receiving significant publicity in connection with increasing interest in plant-based food. Tim Sykes was calling it a BYND wannabe. And so YouTube, I can't pronounce that, but with lots of this YouTuber has lots of subscribers and has been talking about it, which causes it to go up. Media content created by parties who company has no relationship with, so they say. It was neither reviewed nor authorized nor approved by the company. They have to say a lot of this stuff, so they say their butts so they don't get either investigated or I don't know. I'm not saying anything that is legal. None of it's illegal. I don't know. I'm not the SEC. I don't know any of the laws, but they're basically denying having any idea of what these people are saying, um, even though, let's continue on. As previously disclosed, the company has engaged a third-party investor relations provider, Future Money Trends, to increase awareness of the publicly traded shares. So, excuse me, they hired third parties to pump the stock, increase awareness. Of its publicly traded shares. On October 28th and 29th, 2020, 3 newsletters were distributed by this third party to its mail subscribers list, collectively promotional. The promotional materials contained information on the plant-based food development of the company's business and its recent operational activities, which I don't see why there's anything wrong with that, but they paid to have this information out. While FMT is a paid third-party service provider to VGFC, the company had no knowledge of the distribution of the promotional materials until it was notified of such by the OTC markets on the 29th. So 4 days, no, there's 31 days, so 31, so what, 5 days ago, 6 days ago. Promotional materials were issued without the company's prior review or approval, contrary to VGFC's instructions to FMT. The company has paid a general retainer fee for FMT for services provided under its agreement with FMT, but did not pay for the distribution of promotional materials. The company had no editorial control over the content of the promotional materials. VGFC has since reviewed the disclosure in promotional materials and has determined that it contained a materially false statement with respect to the company's proposed facility in California. The company wishes to clarify that while VGFC has secured a lease for the Patterson facility, it is not yet operational at this time. So I don't have the mailer to see what was being said to compare what was right, what was wrong. I don't know. It's just not a good thing when they come out saying they paid for promotion, but we didn't approve of the promotional material, and they lied to try and cover their butt so they don't get in trouble for these lies from the promoters. The company acknowledges that the distribution of promotional material coincided with the higher than average trading volume in the shares. However, the company has no knowledge or opinion as to whether or not the promotional material themselves affected the trading activity. We all know, but okay. Company encourages these interested in GSC to rely solely on the information, including the company's news releases. Included its news release dated September 3rd, 2020, regarding the Patterson facility and its filings with the Canadian Securities Regulatory Authorities. Okay, company profile at CDR posted on OTC markets. Okay, so it might have been, but I don't see anything from that date in this news. Were there any SEC filings? Nope. So they were being shady about it. They definitely were. Anywho, after inquiry by management, the company confirms that its officers, directors controlling the shareholders, and third-party service providers have not sold or purchased the company's securities within the last 90 days, other than Mitchell Scott, the company's chief executive officer, who sold 100,000 shares and 40,000 shares on October 22nd and October 29th, respectively. So this Mitchell Scott guy's been selling his shares, and he's the chief executive officer of this company. That's not a good thing. So that means he's paying third-party people to pump up the stock so he can sell his shares. Classic pump and dump. Mr. Scott reported these sales as required through Canada's system for electronic disclosures by insiders. Now, if you've watched Tim Sykes' videos, Vancouver, Canada, Canada in general. That's like one of the biggest promoter places. Um, Back in the history, they actually used to have their own stock exchange, but they were so shady that they got shut down. So, in the last 12 months, the company has only engaged FMT to provide investor relations services, as disclosed in the company's news release dated August 25th, 2020. Since becoming a publicly listed company, the company has not issued any shares or securities convertible into shares at prices continuing to discount to the um, at prices constituting a discount to the current market rate at the time of the issuance, other than with respect to a debt settlement disclosed in our news release dated October 22nd, filed under the company's profile. Now, I might be, let's see, last 2 weeks. I'll click here a little more. Sorry, there's new features here. So, okay, so they have been getting out good points, new CFO partnership, announces records. So they have been putting out. Let's see, August was uh, 8:25. So load more, 8:25, I think he said. 8:30. Okay, so they're not. They had earnings and stuff, but yeah. So regardless, it's not good when a company comes out and says they're promoted and that their insider chief executive officer, I think he said it was, or yeah, chief executive officer selling shares of his own company. Pump it up. So, naturally, I said in the chat room right during this time, because I read this and then typing with one hand slowly, I messaged or wrote in the Trading Challenge chat room, or something about, shoot, I'd have to look it up. News came out of VRYYF paying for a pump and then denying it's a pump. Did I read the news correctly? LOL, something like that. People commenting, and then it spikes for just a little bit further, just enough for people to get out of their shares if they knew what to do. And then the chat room loaded up on shorts. It was beautiful, and it was just amazing to see it trickle down. I got the video of the level 2. You can see on the level 2 when you could see these bounces on level 2, so I recorded it. I was hoping that I'd have even a bigger panic and then bounce, but I'm not, more than likely it's gonna panic down to possibly the 320s, 310s area tomorrow, so that's gonna be beautiful to watch. I'll be too busy probably to record it, but I'll upload that panic video after I upload this. Sorry for such a long video. I just thought this was amazing to see all this action in the OTC land again. Oh, I love it. And I'll make sure to leave a link to stocks to trade. I'll leave a link to TraderSync so you can track your trades and check your stats on how you're doing with your trading. So I'll leave a link to TraderSync, Stocks to Trade, and Kamigawa. And I'll leave a link to Tim's challenge chat so you can apply or sign up to one of his other newsletter subscription classes, basically. So you can learn to trade stocks like this too. And I'll, leave a link to Tim Fundamentals DVD so you can learn the 7-step framework as well. But I'm just overly excited, ecstatic, in love. Also, just for some fun, I also figured out how to link my laptop to the TV. Oh, sure, like that. Search these sites. Oh, he just posted. Cool. I'll go back. So definitely don't try, but look how dedicated he is to his students. Another crazy day. and make sure you vote. And then here's me. He loves his students, which is awesome how he acknowledges his students. And but yeah, I just linked my laptop so I could watch webinars on my television. Sorry for the mess. My kid loves tools. But yeah, I thought that was really cool too. And so vote. Anyways, I don't know what that was. But anyways, I just thought that was really cool to see. And here, percentagecalculator.net, in case you guys are wondering how I was calculating these without math. But yeah, so I'll leave a link. Hopefully, I remember to all those things I just said below. And make sure you hit like, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notified when I post that panic video and just whenever this is done. Alright, thanks for watching.